Picture yourself standing in a quiet village, somewhere in the world of 500 BCE, where the air is soft and heavy with the scent of wood smoke curling from a clay hearth, mingling with the damp, earthy temps of freshly turned soil. The night sky stretches above, a vast canopy of stars twinkling over mud brick homes huddled along a narrow path. Feel the cool, smooth clay of a water jug in your hands, its weight grounding, its surface worn by countless hands before yours. Hear the soft crackle of a fire, its warmth a faint glow against the evening chill, blending with the distant bleat of goats and the low murmur of voices sharing tales of the day. The ground beneath your feet is packed earth, its texture cool and firm, dusted with the faint grit of sand carried on the breeze. For millennia, humanity lived in such pockets, small communities bound by the rhythm of seasons, their world no. Larger than the hills or rivers that framed their lives. Smell the faint straw of a nearby roof, its thatch woven tight against the coming rain. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, now, imagine the slow stirrings of change, like a breeze rippling across a still pond. Picture a merchant trudging along a dusty trail, his sandals crunching softly on gravel, the air thick with the scent of dry grass and the musky sweat of his donkey laden with goods. His hands grip a woven sack, its coarse fibers rough against. His palms filled with amber beads or bolts of dyed cloth from distant lands. Hear the soft jingle of bronze coins in his pouch, their metallic clink, a promise of trade. Smell the faint spice of saffron or the sweet tang of dried figs carried from markets far beyond the horizon. Historical records like cuneiform tablets from Mesopotamia or silk scrolls from Han China whisper of these early exchanges where goods and ideas began to drift across borders, linking villages to cities, tribes to empires. Feel the weight of a clay tablet, its surface etched with tales of trade along the first routes, precursors to the Silk Road that would weave Asia to Europe. The world, once small, was beginning to stretch, its edges softening under the patient steps of traders. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, step into a city of the classical age, where stone walls rise under a blazing sun. There, surfaces warm and rough under your fingers. Picture Athens in 450 BCE, its agora bustling yet serene, the air scented with olive oil and the faint dust of marble from sculptors' chisels. Hear the soft hum of philosophers debating in shaded courtyards, their voices calm, their words weaving ideas of democracy and reason. Smell the fresh ink on papyrus, its sharp tang mingling with the sweetness of figs sold nearby. Your sandals slap gently on the stone path, each step echoing the slow birth of ideas that would ripple across centuries. Archaeological finds, like Greek inscriptions or Roman road markers, reveal how empires began to connect distant lands, their roads and ships threading through mountains and seas. Feel the smooth cobble of a Roman road underfoot, its stones worn by countless travelers. The world was growing, its threads of connection tightening, as empires like Rome, Mauryan, India, and Han China built bridges of stone and silk. And yet, the world remained calm for a moment. Now, picture a Roman legion marching in the dawn, the air cool with dew and the faint iron temps of their armor. Their sandals crunch on a gravel road, its surface hard and unyielding, stretching to a distant province. Hear the soft clink of their shields, the low chant of their march, a rhythm as steady as the empire they serve. Smell the leather of their belts, worn and oiled, mingling with the piney scent of a nearby forest. Roman records etched on wax. tablets or stone, describe roads spanning from Britain to Egypt, carrying soldiers, traders, and ideas. Feel the weight of a legionary's pack, its straps digging into your shoulders. A burden shared by those who bound an empire together. These roads, like veins, pulsed with the life of commerce and conquest, linking cultures in a quiet dance of connection. The world was no longer just villages, it was a tapestry, slowly woven by hands that knew no rest. And yet, the world remained calm for a moment. Shift to the east, where the Silk Road winds through deserts and mountains, its path dusted with sand and the faint scent of camel hide. Picture a caravan in 200 CE, its merchants huddled around a fire, the air sharp, with the smoky tang of burning dung and the sweet aroma of dried apricots shared in silence. Hear the soft snort of camels, the creak of wooden carts laden with silk and spices. Feel the coarse wool of a trader's cloak, its warmth a shield against the night's chill. Smell the faint cinnamon bundled in sacks, its warmth a promise of distant markets. Han Dynasty scrolls detail how silk and ideas flowed from China to Persia, carrying Buddhism and calligraphy alongside goods. Archaeological finds, like jade amulets or Sogdian coins, mark these routes where cultures met and mingled. Your hand brushes a silk bolt, its smoothness a contrast to the rough sand beneath your feet. The world was knitting itself together, thread by thread, through the patient steps of those who crossed its vastness. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, now, imagine the Middle Ages, where the air grows cooler, scented with the damp stone of a Baghdad library in 900 CE. Picture scholars in flowing robes, their sandals whispering on tiled floors, as they translate Greek texts by lamplight. Smell the parchment, its musty warmth mingling with the ink's sharp bite. Hear the soft scratch of quills, the low murmur of debate. The Islamic Golden Age, as recorded in works like Al-Khwarizm's texts, preserved and expanded knowledge, linking East and West. Feel the weight of a bound manuscript, its leather cover smooth under your fingers. These quiet efforts wove a web of ideas, connecting ancient wisdom to new minds. The world was growing wiser, its knowledge a silent current flowing through dusty pages, and yet the world remained calm. For a moment, step to the northern seas, where Viking longboats glide through icy waters, their timbers creaking under the strain of oars. Picture yourself aboard in 1000 CE, the air sharp with salt and the faint fishy tang of drying nets. Feel the rough wood of an oar, its grain worn smooth by calloused hands. Hear the soft slap of waves, the low chant of rowers. Smell the pine, tar sealing the boat, its pungent warmth a shield against the cold. Norse sagas and archaeological finds, like runestones, tell of voyages reaching Vinland, connecting Europe to new shores. The world was expanding, its edges touched by those who sailed into the unknown. And yet, the world remained calm for a moment. Now, picture the Renaissance, where a Florence workshop hums in 1500 CE, the air thick with the scent of linseed, oil and wet plaster, Da Vinci sketches by candlelight, his quill scratching softly, the faint smell of charcoal lingering. Feel the smooth vellum under his fingers, the weight of a new idea. Hear the soft murmur of apprentices, their brushes, whispering on canvas. Smell the ink of a printing press, its rhythm spreading knowledge. Texts like Galileo's notes show how questions about stars and motion reshaped the world. The world was awakening, its ideas blooming like spring flowers. And yet, the world remained calm for a moment. Finally, imagine the age of exploration, where ships creak across vast oceans, their sails snapping in the wind. Picture a deck in 1600 CE, the air salty with spray, the faint spice of cargo below. Feel the rough hemp of a rope, hear the soft cry of a gull, smell the tar sealing the hull. Portuguese logs and maps chart voyages linking continents, carrying silk and ideas. The world was tied together, its shores no longer distant, and yet the world remained calm. For a moment, as you stand on this hill, the valley serene below, smell the cherry blossoms, hear the temple bells toll. From 500 BCE to 1800 CE, empires, ideas, and exploration wove a tapestry of connection, its threads delicate yet enduring. Your modern life instant ties, boundless knowledge, would struggle with the patience of this slow weaving. Let this scene linger, a testament to humanity's quiet strength, as we await the next chapter of its story. Picture yourself in Athens, 450 BCE, standing in the bustling agora under a golden sun, where the air is warm with the scent of olive oil from clay amphorae stacked in neat rows, their earthy temps mingling with the faint dust of marble chips scattered by sculptors' chisels. The cobblestone path beneath your sandals is smooth, worn by countless feet, its texture cool and slightly gritty against your soles. Around you, white-robed philosophers gather in shaded courtyards, their voices soft and deliberate, weaving ideas of justice and governance that drift like whispers on the breeze. Hear the gentle hum of their debates, the distant clatter of a potter's wheel shaping clay into vessels for trade. Smell the sweet ripeness of figs piled high in woven baskets, their sticky warmth blending with the sharp bite of fresh ink on papyrus scrolls. This is the classical age, a time when Greece's democracy roams roads, and the quiet order of Mauryan, India, and Han China wove distant lands into a fragile tapestry of connection. Step closer now, and let the calm rhythm of their efforts unfold, revealing how ideas and order linked humanity. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, imagine sitting beneath a marble colonnade in Athens. The air cool with the shade of towering pillars, their surfaces smooth and faintly warm under your fingers. A philosopher, perhaps Socrates, speaks slowly, his words a gentle cadence, questioning the nature of a good life or the rights of citizens. Feel the rough weave of your linen tunic, its folds loose against your skin as you lean closer to listen. Hear the soft scratch of a stylus on wax, a student capturing these thoughts, the faint creak of a wooden bench beneath them. Smell the cedar of a nearby olive tree, its shade a quiet refuge, mingling with the faint dust of the agora's bustling paths. Historical records, like Plato's dialogues or inscriptions from the Athenian assembly, describe the birth of democracy, where citizens gathered in open-air nicks to vote, their voices shaping laws. Archaeological finds, such as astraca used in ostracism votes or pottery sherds etched with names, reveal this slow, deliberate system of governance. Your modern haste clicking through polls, instant decisions would falter here, where democracy was a patient ritual, its steps measured in voices and stone. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, step deeper into Athens, where the air carries the scent of fresh bread from clay ovens and the faint tang of wine spilled in a nearby stall. The marketplace hums softly, its stalls draped with woolen cloth, their texture coarse under your hand. Hear the gentle clink of bronze coins changing hands, the low murmur of merchants bartering for olives or pottery. Smell the faint resin of pine from a carpenter's stall, where tools carve wood for ships that will sail to distant ports. Excavations of the Athenian agora, revealing market weights and inscribed decrees, show a city pulsing with trade and ideas, linking Greece to Egypt and Persia. Feel the smooth edge of a clay amphora, its surface cool, filled with oil bound for foreign shores. Your modern world digital markets, instant transactions, would struggle with this tactile exchange, where connection was forged through hands and voices, not screens. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, now shift to Rome, 100 CE, where you walk along the Appian Way, its cobblestones firm and cool under your sandals, their edges smoothed by centuries of travelers. The air is sharp with the scent of pine from nearby groves, blending with the faint iron tang of a legionary's armor glinting in the sun. Hear the steady crunch of their sandals, the soft clink of shields as a cohort marches past, their rhythm a heartbeat of empire. Smell the worn leather of their belts, oiled and weathered, mingling with the dusty earth kicked up by oxen carts. Laden with grain, Roman records, etched on wax tablets or stone milestones, describe a network of roads stretching from Britannia to Mesopotamia, carrying soldiers, traders, and scrolls of lore. Archaeological finds, like milestones along the Via Appia or paving stones at Pompeii, reveal the labor behind these paths. Feel the weight of a merchant's pack, its straps digging into your shoulders as you tread a road linking distant provinces. Your modern ease highways, swift travel would find no echo here, where connection was built with stone and sweat. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, step into a Roman forum, where the air is warm with the scent of fresh bread from nearby stalls and the faint wax of tablets used for imperial decrees. Marble statues loom, their surfaces cool and smooth under your touch, while orators speak softly, their voices carrying laws to a gathered crowd. Hear the gentle splash of a fountain, its water glistening, blending with the murmur of merchants haggling over silk or amphorae of wine. Smell the faint spice of imported pepper, its sharpness a whisper of distant India. Excavations at Ost and Herculaneum reveal bustling markets, where goods from across the empire mingled, tying cultures together. Feel the smooth bronze of a Cistercius coin in your hand, its weight a symbol of Rome's vast reach. Your modern, isolation virtual markets, fleeting contacts would struggle with this physical world, where connection was forged through cobbles, coins, and voices. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, now, journey to Mauryan, India, 300 BCE, where you stand in Pataliputra, its wooden palaces fragrant with sandalwood and the faint sweetness of jasmine blooming in courtyards. The air is warm, heavy with the scent of rice steaming in clay pots and the earthy tempes of monsoon-soaked streets. Feel the smooth tick of a carved pillar under your fingers, its surface etched with Ashoka's edicts promoting peace and tolerance. Hear the soft chant of Buddhist monks, their voices drifting from a nearby stupa, blending with the clatter of ox carts rolling through markets. Smell the faint musk of elephants carrying bolts of cotton, their steps slow and deliberate. Archaeological finds, like Ashokan pillars or Mauryan coins, show a realm united by governance, its roads linking to the Silk Road's distant markets. Your hand brushes a clay seal, its texture a testament to trade with Persia and Greece. Your modern individualism, personal freedom, quick choices would falter here, where order was a collective effort, woven through patient decrees. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, move to Han, China, 100 CE, where you walk a Silk Road outpost, the air dry with the scent of desert sand and the faint tang of camel hide. Your sandals crunch on gravel, the path winding toward a market where silk and spices await. Feel the smooth silk of a trader's bolt, its softness a treasure bound for Rome. Hear the soft jingle of bells on a caravan, the low murmur of merchants bartering in unfamiliar tongues. Smell the sharp spice of ginger bundled in sacks, its warmth a promise of distant kitchens. Han Dynasty records, like bamboo slips from Dunhuang's, detail a bureaucracy managing trade and culture, connecting east to west. Archaeological finds, such as jade seals or bronze mirrors, mark the flow of goods and ideas. Your hand grips a clay tablet, its weight tying you to a network spanning continents. Your modern speed instant deliveries. Digital trade would struggle with this patient journey, measured in months across deserts. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, reflect on this age, where empires and ideas wove the world together. Picture a quiet evening in a Greek village, the air soft with olive blossoms and the faint glow of an oil lamp. You sit, a scroll in hand, its papyrus smooth, inked with tales of distant lands. Hear the soft bleat of goats, the whisper of a breeze through stone walls. Smell the faint clay of a nearby kilt, its warmth fading into the night. The classical age, as seen in Greek astraca, Roman milestones, Mauryan edicts, and Han slips, was a time of patient connection, where roads, laws, and philosophies stretched across borders. Feel the weight of a trader's coin, its metal warm, a symbol of a world growing closer. Your modern life fast fragmented wood bend under this slow weaving, its threads built on stone, silk, and quiet voices. Let this scene linger. Valleys calm, a testament to their patient strength, as we move to the next chapter of humanity's story. Picture yourself in a Baghdad library, 900 CE, where the air is cool and heavy with the scent of aged parchment and the faint musk of ink drying on freshly copied manuscripts. The tiled floor beneath your sandals is smooth, its intricate patterns catching the soft glow of oil lamps flickering in the evening quiet. Shelves of cedar line the walls, they would warm to the touch, holding scrolls and codices filled with ancient wisdom. Feel the weight of a bound manuscript in your hands, its leather cover worn soft by countless scholars. Hear the gentle scratch of quills on paper, the low murmur of voices debating geometry or poetry. Outside, a desert breeze carries the scent of date palms and distant spices, whispering through latticed windows. This is the Middle Ages, a time when the Islamic Golden Age preserved knowledge. Viking longboats drifted across icy seas, and Mongol hooves thundered across steppes, weaving the world closer through scholarship, exploration, and conquest. Step closer now, and let the calm rhythm of their efforts unfold, revealing how quiet voyages and golden knowledge connected humanity. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, imagine sitting in the House of Wisdom, Baghdad's heart of learning, where the air is thick with the scent of vellum and the sharp tang of ink. A scholar, robed in soft linen, translates Aristotle's words from Greek, his quill. Moving slowly, it scratches steady rhythm. Smell the faint wax of a lamp, its warm glow casting shadows on tiled walls. Hear the soft rustle of pages, the whispered Arabic of a colleague discussing algebra. Historical records, like those of Al-Khondrismek, describe the Islamic Golden Age as a beacon of knowledge, preserving and expanding Greek, Persian, and Indian texts. Archaeological finds, such as Abbasid-era manuscripts, show libraries bustling with translations, linking ancient wisdom to new minds. Feel the smooth edge of a parchment, its texture a bridge across cultures. Your modern haste digital searches, instant answers would falter here, where knowledge was a patient craft, inked by hand in quiet halls. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment now, step aboard a Viking longboat in 1000 CE. Gliding through a northern sea, the air sharp with salt and the fishy tang of drying nets on wooden beams. The boat's timbers creak under your feet, their surface slick with spray. The cold would rough against your hands as you grip an oar. Hear the soft slap of waves against the hull, the low chant of rowers keeping time, their breath steaming in the icy air. Smell the pine tar sealing the planks, its pungent warmth a shield against the sea's chill. Norse sagas and archaeological finds, like runestones from Scandinavia or shipwrecks in Roskilde, tell of voyages reaching Iceland, Greenland, and Vinland, stitching Europe to new shores. Feel the coarse wool of your cloak, heavy with damp, as you scan the horizon for land. Your modern comfort-heated cabins, swift flights would find no echo here, where exploration was a slow dance with wind and wave. And yet, the world remained calm for a moment. Picture a stormy night at sea, the air heavy with the scent of wet wood and the briny sting of salt spray. The longboat rocks gently, its sails snapping in the wind, their canvas taut and weathered. Hear the soft groan of ropes, the distant cry of a gull lost in the fog. Smell the faint smoke of a small fire kindled on deck, its warmth fleeting against the cold. Excavations of Viking settlements, like those at Lonso Meadows, reveal tools and beads traded across oceans, evidence of connections forged by daring voyagers. Feel the weight of a carved runestone in your hands, its surface etched with tales of distant lands. Your modern world-mapped, predictable would struggle with this uncertainty, where each journey was a quiet gamble with the sea's vastness. And yet the world remained calm. For a moment now, journey to the Mongol steppes in 1250 CE, where the air is dry and sharp with the scent of dust and horse sweat. The horizon, a vast sea of grass rippling under a boundless sky. Picture yourself riding beside a Mongol warrior, the leather saddle rough under you, its creak blending with the soft thud of hooves. Smell the faint musk of horses, the dry grass crushed beneath their steps. Hear the jingle of harnesses, the low chant of riders, sharing tales of conquest. Mongol chronicles, like those in the secret history, describe an empire stretching from China to Persia, its postal system and trade routes linking east and west. Archaeological finds, such as Yuan dynasty coins or Silk Road artifacts, show goods and ideas flowing under Mongol protection. Feel the weight of a silk pouch, its contents a whisper of distant markets. Your modern speed global trade, instant connections would falter here, where empires grew through patient hooves and dusty trails, and yet the world remained calm. For a moment, step into a Mongol relay station, its wooden walls weathered, the air warm with the scent of boiled mutton and the faint smoke of a dung fire. You sit on a felt rug, its texture coarse but warm, sharing a bowl of mare's milk, its tangy warmth soothing in the chill. Hear the soft clatter of bowls, the murmur of traders exchanging news from distant courts. Smell the faint leather of a courier's satchel, stuffed with messages carried across continents. Excavations along the Silk Road, like those at Karakoram, revealed the Mongols' role in connecting markets. Their empire, a bridge for spices, silk, and stories. Feel the smooth edge of a jade amulet, traded from China, its weight a symbol of a world growing closer. Your modern isolation virtual networks, fleeting contacts would struggle with this tactile connection forged by hands and hooves. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, reflect on this age, where voyages and knowledge wove the world tighter. Picture a quiet evening in a steppe camp, the air cool with the scent of grass and fading firelight. You hold a manuscript, its parchment soft, inked with tales of Pharaoh lands. Hear the soft neigh of horses, the whisper of wind through the grass. Smell the faint spice of a trader's sack, its contents bound for a distant city. The Middle Ages, as seen in Abbasid texts, Norse rune stones, and Mongol artifacts, was a time of patient connection, where scholars, sailors, and riders stretched the world's edges. Feel the weight of a coin, its metal warm from travel, a thread in the tapestry of humanity. Your modern life, fast, fragmented wood, bend under this slow weaving, its quiet strength a testament to their endurance. Let this scene linger. Steps calm a whisper of their legacy as we move to the next chapter of humanity's story. Picture yourself in a Florence workshop, 1500 CE, where the air is warm and heavy with the scent of linseed oil and the faint dust of charcoal, drifting from sketches pinned to wooden easels. The floor beneath your feet is worn oak, its grain smooth under your sandals, catching the soft glow of candles flickering in the evening stillness. Shelves line the walls, stacked with vellum sheets and clay models, their surfaces cool and smooth under your fingers. Hear the gentle scratch of a quill on paper, the low murmur of apprentices grinding pigments in stone mortar. Smell the sharp tang of fresh ink, mingling with the earthy scent of wet plaster drying on a nearby wall. Outside, a breeze carries the faint sweetness of roses from a courtyard garden, whispering through open shutters that creak softly in the dusk. This is the Renaissance, a time when Leonardo da Vinci's sketches, Galileo and Newton's patient inquiries, and the steady rhythm of the printing press sparked quiet revolutions, weaving the world closer through art, science, and the slow spread of ideas. Step closer now and let the calm rhythm of their efforts unfold, revealing how these gentle shifts reshaped humanity's view of itself. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, imagine sitting beside Leonardo da Vinci in his cluttered workshop, the air thick with the scent of charcoal and oil paint, the candlelight casting long shadows across a table strewn with tools. His hands, stained with ink, move deliberately, sketching a flying machine on vellum, its surface crisp and slightly rough under his quill. Hear the soft scrape of his pen, the faint creak of a wooden model of a winged contraption resting nearby. Smell the resinous pine from a half-carved gear, its wood warm to the touch, and the faint metallic temps of a chisel left on the table. Historical records, like Leonardo's Codex Atlanticus, reveal his boundless curiosity, blending art with inventive sketches of anatomy, hydraulics, and war machines that pushed the boundaries of thought. Feel the weight of a parchment, its edges curling, heavy with ideas that soared beyond their time. Your modern rush digital designs, instant prototypes, would falter here, where innovation was a patient dance. Drawn by hand in flickering light, each stroke a quiet rebellion against the known. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, step outside into a Florentine street at twilight, where the air is cool with the scent of damp stone and the faint sweetness of bread baking in clay ovens nearby. The cobblestones under your sandals are uneven, their texture worn by centuries of footsteps, guiding you past workshops humming with creation. Hear the soft clatter of a cart, its wheels grinding slowly, carrying vibrant pigments for a painter's fresco. Smell the damp plaster. From a church wall, its surface still tacky under an artist's brush, capturing scenes of divine grace. Archaeological finds, like tools from Renaissance Florence or fresco fragments from San Marco, reveal a world alive with art, where painters and sculptors redefine beauty and truth. Feel the smooth marble of a half-finished statue, it's cool. Surface, a testament to patient chisels. Your modern world-fast media, disposable images, would struggle with this slow craft, where every stroke was a deliberate act, weaving humanity's story in color and stone. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, now, picture yourself in Galileo's study, 1610 CE, where the air is cool and scented with wax from a candle and the musty aroma of old parchment stacked on shelves. The wooden floor creaks softly under your feet, its boards worn by years of quiet pacing. A telescope rests on a stand, its polished wood smooth under your hand, its lenses glinting faintly. Hear the gentle clink of glass as Galileo adjusts the telescope, the soft rustle of his notes as he sketches Jupiter's moons. Smell the faint ink on his papers, its sharp bite cutting through the dusty air. His writings, preserved in manuscripts like Siderius, Nuncius, show a mind challenging ancient views, proving the heavens moved in ways once unthinkable. Feel the weight of the telescope, its frame a bridge to the stars, each observation a patient step toward truth. Your modern haste-quick searches, instant data would falter here, where science was a quiet vigil, built on nights of silent watching. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, move to Newton's study in 1680 CE, where the air is heavy with the scent of candle wax and the faint apple temps drifting from an orchard outside. A prism rests on a table, its glass cool and heavy in your hand, splitting light into a spectrum of colors that dance across the wall. Hear the soft scratch of Newton's quill, his equations tracing the fall of an apple to the laws of gravity, their ink drying on crisp paper. Smell the faint chalk dust clinging to his fingers, its powdery texture a trace of his calculations. Newton's Principia Mathematica, preserved in early editions, reveals a world reordered by reason, connecting Earth to cosmos with universal laws. Feel the weight of a leather-bound book, its pages thick, holding ideas that reshaped science. Your modern distraction screens, notifications would struggle with this patient inquiry, where a single question bloomed into truths that echoed across centuries. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, step into a printing house in Mainz, 1450 CE, where the air is sharp with the scent of fresh ink and damp paper. The wooden press creaking rhythmically as it stamps pages with black letter type. Feel the rough texture of a newly printed sheet, its edges still wet, inked with Gutenberg's movable type. Hear the soft thud of the press, the low hum of workers sorting sheets into stacks. Smell the faint oil of the machine, its metallic temps blending with the woody scent of paper bales. Historical records, like early printed incunabula, show the printing press spreading ideas across Europe. Luther's theses, scientific treatises, and tales of exploration. Archaeological finds, such as metal-type pieces from Gutenberg's workshop, reveal the labor behind this quiet revolution. Your hand brushes a printed page, its ink a thread linking minds across borders, from scholars in Paris to merchants in Venice. Your modern world instant posts, viral ideas would find no echo here, where knowledge spread slowly, page by patient page. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, picture a quiet evening in a Renaissance city, perhaps Florence or Venice, where the air is cool with the scent of stone and fading candlelight. You sit in a tavern, its wooden benches worn smooth, a printed book open before you, its pages whispering of new worlds. Hear the soft murmur of scholars debating nearby, their voices weaving tales of art, stars, and discovery. Smell the faint ale in clay mugs, its earthy warmth a comfort in the dusk. The Renaissance, as seen in Leonardo's notebooks, Galileo's lenses, and Gutenberg's press, was a time of gentle upheaval, where art and science wove new threads in humanity's tapestry, connecting minds across continents. Feel the weight of a quill, its feather soft yet heavy with possibility, a tool that reshaped the world's understanding. Your modern life, fast fragmented, fleeting would bend under this patient craft where ideas bloomed slowly like flowers, unfolding in a spring dawn. Let this scene linger, the city's calm a testament to their quiet revolutions, as we move to the next chapter of humanity's story. Picture yourself standing on the deck of a wooden caravel in 1492, where the air is sharp with the briny sting of sea spray and the faint tang of tar sealing the ship's timbers. The ocean stretches endless before you, its waves glinting under a pale dawn, their rhythm a soft, ceaseless pulse against the hull. Feel the rough hemp of a rope in your hands, its coarse fibers biting into your palms as you steady yourself against the ship's gentle sway. Hear the creak of the sails, their canvas snapping in the wind, blending with the distant cry of gulls wheeling overhead. Smell the damp wood of the deck, its surface slick under your bare feet, warmed by the sun's first rays. This is the age of exploration, a time when silent ships crossed vast oceans. Trade routes carried spices and ideas, and colonial empires slowly extended their reach, weaving the world's continents into a fragile tapestry of connection. Step closer now and let the calm rhythm of these voyages unfold, revealing how exploration and exchange reshaped humanity's horizons. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, imagine the quiet anticipation aboard Columbus's ship, the Santa Maria, as it drifts through uncharted waters, the air heavy with salt and the faint fishy scent of nets drying below deck. The wooden deck creaks under your feet, its planks worn smooth by months at sea, their texture cool against your soles. Hear the soft murmur of sailors, their voices hushed as they scan the horizon for land, the gentle slap of waves a constant companion. Smell the faint spice of cloves, stored in the hold, their warmth a promise of distant markets. Historical logs, like Columbus's journals, describe voyages that took months, driven by wind and hope, linking Europe to the Americas. Feel the weight of a brass astrolabe in your hand, its metal cool and heavy, guiding the ship through starlit nights. Your modern world-fast flights, GPS maps would falter here, where exploration was a patient dance with the sea's vast unknown. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, step onto a Caribbean shore in 1493, where the air is warm and thick with the scent of tropical flowers and damp earth, the sand soft and warm beneath your feet. Hear the rustle of palm leaves, their fronds swaying in a gentle breeze, blending with the soft lapping of waves against the shore. Smell the faint sweetness of unfamiliar fruits, their juice staining the hands of sailors exploring this new land. Feel the rough bark of a tree, its surface warm under your fingers, as you stand where old and new worlds meet. Archaeological finds, like Spanish coins and Taino pottery from Hispaniola, reveal early encounters where goods and cultures began to mingle. Your hand brushes a clay shard, its texture a silent story of connection and clash. Your modern isn't. Global access would struggle with this slow meeting where each discovery was a step into the unknown. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, now, picture a bustling port in Lisbon, 1520, where the air is alive with the scent of cinnamon and pepper unloaded from ships, their sharp warmth mingling with the salty temps of the harbor. Cobblestone quay under your sandals is slick with seawater, its texture uneven from years of trade. Hear the soft clatter of barrels rolling ashore, the low hum of merchants haggling in Portuguese, Arabic, and Gujarati. Smell the faint silk of bolts from China, their smoothness a whisper of distant looms. Portuguese trade records and archaeological finds, like Ming porcelain in European ports, show the Columbian exchange weaving continents together, spices, silk, and crops like maize flowing across oceans. Feel the weight of a silver coin, its surface worn from travel, a symbol of global trade. Your modern markets online, instantaneous, would find no echo here, where goods traveled months to connect east and west. And yet, the world remained calm for a moment. Move to a West African trading post in 1600, where the air is heavy with the scent of palm oil and the faint musk of stacked ivory. The wooden palisade around you is rough, its surface warm under your hand as traders barter for gold and cloth. Hear the soft rhythm of drums from a nearby village, blending with the creak of ships anchored offshore. Smell the faint dust of kola nuts, their bitterness a staple of trade. Historical accounts, like those from the Kingdom of Benin, describe African ports as hubs of exchange, linking Europe, Africa, and the Americas. Archaeological finds, such as glass beads and cowrie shells, mark these networks, where ideas and cultures mingled alongside goods. Feel the smooth edge of a bead, its weight a thread in the world's tapestry. Your modern detachment virtual trade. Fleeting contacts would struggle with this tactile exchange, built on patient bargaining. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, step into a colonial settlement in the Americas, 1650, where the air is cool with the scent of pine and the faint smoke of a settler's hearth. The wooden cabin's logs are rough under your fingers, their grains still fresh from the forest. Hear the soft crackle of a fire, the distant low of cattle brought from Europe. Smell the earthy tang of maize porridge, a crop learned from indigenous hands simmering in an iron pot. Spanish and English colonial records, alongside archaeological sites like Jamestown, show empires extending their reach, planting settlements that reshaped landscapes and lives. Feel the weight of a musket, its metal cool, a tool of conquest and survival. Your modern freedom, global mobility, equal exchanges would falter here, where colonial footprints were carved through slow, often harsh expansion, and yet the world remained calm. For a moment, picture a quiet evening in a Manila market, 1580, where the air is warm with the scent of jasmine and the faint spice of cloves traded from the Moluccas. The bamboo stalls creak softly, their woven mats soft under your feet. Hear the gentle murmur of traders, their voices mixing Spanish, Tagalog, and Chinese, as they barter for silk and silver. Smell the faint wax of a lantern, its glow casting shadows on crates of porcelain. Spanish galleon logs, like those of the Manila Acapulco trade, describe routes linking Asia to the Americas, carrying goods and ideas across the Pacific. Archaeological finds, such as Chinese porcelain in Mexico, reveal this global exchange. a slow weaving of cultures. Feel the smooth glaze of a ceramic bowl, its way to connection across oceans. Your modern speed instant shipping, global brands would struggle with this patient trade where months separated markets. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, reflect on this age, where ships and trade wove the world tighter. Picture a quiet night at sea, the air cool with salt, and the faint creak of a ship's timbers. You stand on deck, holding a chart, its parchment crisp, inked with routes to new lands. Hear the soft splash of waves, the distant call of a sailor on watch. Smell the faint tar of the hull, its scent grounding in the vastness. The age of exploration, as seen in Columbus's logs, Portuguese trade records, and colonial artifacts, was a time of patient connection where continents met through wind and wave. Feel the weight of a compass, its needle steady, guiding ships across the unknown. Your modern life fast, connected, instant would bend under this slow weaving, its threads built on courage and persistence. Let this scene linger, the oceans, calm, a testament to their quiet strength, as we move to the next chapter of humanity's story. Picture yourself in a dimly lit Parisian salon, 1750 CE, where the air is warm with the scent of beeswax candles and the faint aroma of coffee brewing in a silver pot. The wooden floor beneath your feet is polished smooth, its oak grain catching. The soft flicker of candlelight, while velvet curtains hang heavy, their texture plush under your fingers as you draw them aside. Hear the gentle clink of porcelain cups, the low murmur of voices debating ideas of liberty and reason. Smell the sharp tank of ink on fresh pamphlets, their pages crisp, stacked on a mahogany table. Outside, a cobblestone street hums quietly, the air cool with the scent of rain and distant bakeries. This is the 1700s, a time when cities grew louder, yet in quiet salons and studies. Thinkers sowed seeds of independence, reason, and human rights, their words simmering beneath the surface, weaving the world toward revolution. Step closer now, and let the calm rhythm of these debates unfold, revealing how silent tensions reshaped humanity's path. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, imagine sitting in a London coffeehouse, 1720, where the air is thick, with the rich, earthy scent of roasted coffee beans and the faint smoke of tobacco pipes. The wooden benches creak under you, their surfaces worn by countless patrons, their texture rough against your woolen coat. Hear the soft rustle of newspapers, their pages filled with debates on governance, the gentle clatter of pewter mugs on tables. Smell the faint wax of a candle, its flame casting a warm glow over handwritten notes. Historical records, like those of the Enlightenment thinkers Locke and Montesquieu, describe coffeehouses as hubs where ideas of individual rights and government by consent took root. Feel the weight of a printed pamphlet, its paper soft but heavy with radical thoughts. Your modern world digital forums, instant opinions would falter here, where ideas were crafted slowly, whispered over cups in smoky rooms. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, step into a Philadelphia study, 1770, where the air is cool and scented with the musty tang of old books and the faint cedar of a desk polished to a sheen. The floorboards creak softly under your feet, their grain warm beneath a woven rug. Hear the gentle scratch of a quill as a writer, perhaps Franklin, pens thoughts on liberty. The soft crackle of a fire in the hearth blending with the distant toll of a church bell. Smell the faint ink on parchment, its sharp bite mingling with the earthy scent of leather bindings. Colonial records, like the letters of the founding fathers, show quiet discussions of independence, their words planting seeds for revolution. Feel the smooth quill in your hand, its feather light but heavy with intent, as you trace lines that challenge empires. Your modern haste tweets, rapid debates would struggle with this patient craft where ideas grew in quiet corners, inked by candlelight. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment now, picture a quiet evening in a Boston tavern, 1773, where the air is warm with the scent of ale and the faint smoke of a wood fire. The wooden tables are rough under your fingers, their surfaces scarred by years of use, as colonists gather, their voices hushed but firm, discussing taxes and rights. Hear the soft clink of tankards, the rustle of broadsheets passed hand to hand. Smell the faint hops of spilled ale, its earthy warmth a contrast to the cold night outside. Historical accounts, like those of the Boston Tea Party, reveal tensions simmering in such taverns, where ordinary people debated self-governance. Archaeological finds, such as colonial-era tankards or printed pamphlets from Massachusetts, mark these spaces as crucibles of change. Feel the weight of a coin, its metal. Cool, a symbol of trade and resistance. Your modern freedom open protests, instant news would falter here, where rebellion was whispered, planned in shadows. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, move to a rural French village, 1780, where the air is cool with the scent of freshly turned soil and the faint sweetness of apple blossoms from an orchard nearby. You stand in a stone walled in, its floor packed earth, its texture firm under your boots. Hear the soft murmur of peasants discussing bread prices, their voices heavy with discontent, blending with the creak of a wooden bench. Smell the faint dough of bread baking, its warmth a fleeting comfort in a time of scarcity. French Enlightenment texts, like Rousseau's Social Contract, show ideas of equality spreading slowly from salons to villages. Feel the rough linen of a pamphlet, its pages worn from passing hands, carrying words that questioned kings. Your modern, world-fast media, open desert wood, struggle with this slow simmer, where revolution grew in quiet conversations, fueled by hunger and hope, and yet the world remained calm. For a moment, step into a London study, 1760, where the air is heavy with the scent of parchment and the faint wax of sealing letters. A scholar, perhaps Adam Smith, writes by lamplight, his quill scratching softly, tracing ideas of markets and individual freedom. Hear the gentle rustle of pages, the distant clatter of a carriage on cobblestones outside. Smell the faint leather of a book binding, its texture smooth under your fingers. Historical records, like Smith's Wealth of Nations, reveal economic theories taking shape, ideas that would reshape trade and society. Archaeological finds, such as 18th century printing presses, show the spread of these thoughts through books and pamphlets. Feel the weight of a printed page, its ink still fresh, a quiet challenge to old orders. Your modern pastigetal transactions, instant analysis would falter here, where ideas were crafted slowly, inked in silent rooms. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, picture a quiet marketplace in colonial Virginia, 1775, where the air is warm with the scent of tobacco leaves and the faint dust of a dirt road. The wooden stalls creak softly, their boards weathered, as farmers and merchants discuss rights and representation. Hear the soft low of cattle, the gentle clink of coins changing hands. Smell the faint sweetness of molasses, its sticky warmth a reminder of global trade. Colonial records, like Virginia's resolves, show communities, debating self-rule, their voices soft but resolute. Archaeological finds, such as clay pipes and printed notices from Williamsburg, mark these spaces as hubs of quiet rebellion. Feel the rough hemp of a sack, its weight heavy with goods and ideas crossing oceans. Your modern life, hope in forums. Instant rallies would struggle with this patient descent, where change was whispered in markets and taverns. And yet, the world remained calm. For a moment, reflect on this age, where cities grew louder, yet tensions simmered quietly. Picture a quiet night in a Parisian garret, the air cool with the scent of candle wax and the faint ink of a freshly written tract. You sit, a pamphlet in hand, its paper soft, inked with ideas of liberty. Hear the soft creak of the wooden floor, the distant hum of a city stirring with change. Smell the faint lavender from a nearby window box, its sweetness a contrast to the weight of the words you read. The 1700s, as seen in Enlightenment texts, colonial letters, and archaeological finds like printing presses and tavern artifacts, was a time of patient tension, where ideas of independence and rights wove anew. Tapestry for humanity. Feel the weight of a quill, its feather light but heavy with possibility, a tool that reshaped the world's future. Your modern life, fast, loud, connected, would bend under this slow brewing, where change was a whisper, not a shout. Let this scene linger, the city's calm a testament to their quiet strength, as we move to the final chapter of humanity's story.